In his first days in office, President Trump issued several executive orders. One in particular has a lot of people needing clarification. It is his order relating to travel restrictions to certain countries. This is board-certified immigration attorney Jeff Widdison. He's got a lot of more than a decade, actually, of immigration experience, and he's going to shed some light on it with us this morning. Thanks so much for being here, Jeff. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Randy, for having me.
So we've been talking about this here in the newsroom for a while, and a lot of people in the streets are talking about this. I think we need some clarification on what this ban really is, what its purpose was, and who it's really directed at.
Okay, well, President Trump passed an executive order stopping the travel for 90 days from 7 countries. These 7 countries were marked as countries of concern by the Obama administration with the help of Congress back in 2016. And this stops anyone from, what it literally says is anyone with an immigrant visa or non-immigrant visa. That includes green card holders, and that's really what got, I think, the most chaotic moment of this bill or this executive order. It also stops for 120 days any refugees from any countries coming into the United States.
So, so obviously this is something that affects immigrants here living in our country because they have families that are trying to get here. I guess what I really want to know is, you had mentioned President Obama and President Trump has relaxed the green card thing at this point. So who are we talking about? Who does this affect? Give me the people, give me a face to this.
Okay, for example, I have a client who's been in Sudan for 8 months. She did her immigrant visa interview 8 months ago. She has a U.S. citizen husband who is here in the United States waiting for her to come and join her. For 8 months, that's pretty normal for Sudan because they already do an extensive security background check. Mm-hmm. This now adds another 90-day delay. It separates the family. It's unquestionably hardship on the family. And the question is why, and I think that's what everyone wants to know, is why.
Yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and get to that. Let's talk about that. Why this, why now? What is the impetus behind all of this?
And really there is no stated purpose other than to stop terrorism. And I think we have to go back to when President Trump was on the campaign, and he said that he wanted to do extreme vetting, was his phrase. Mm-hmm. Where he got into trouble is before he used the term extreme vetting, he said he wanted to ban all Muslims. So this is seen by many as targeting specifically Muslims, and which adds even more to what the chaos has happened.
As an immigration attorney, what do you tell your clients about this ban?
If they're not from one of the 7 countries, it does not directly affect them. Mm-hmm. But that does not mean that President Trump can't expand on this. As a matter of fact, I think his people who represent him talked over the weekend on major news outlets that he very well could expand this ban. And it has put the immigrant community in fear. So this has some ripple effects into other people who aren't even from these 7 countries.
Mm-hmm. The people who are not from these countries, what are they saying about this? Other immigrants.
Other immigrants?
Mm-hmm.
They're more concerned, unfortunately, about what's going to happen to them. I don't think they're necessarily saying that, but there are. Let me retell that. I do have some Muslim clients from other Muslim countries that are not listed on this ban who have canceled their own trips coming up in the future out of fear that their country could become listed also.
So this is something that is affecting people right here in southeastern North Carolina. It seems very like a worldwide thing that we've talked about all week, but there are people right here that are really having some concerns and problems because of this. Concerns
and problems, yes. Are in Raleigh, Durham Airport and Charlotte Douglas Airport are not major international hubs. So we're not seeing the large-scale problems that they're having in Atlanta and up in New York and in JFK. Mm-hmm. However, yes, there are some problems. I have not yet heard of anyone who has been detained prolonged here in North Carolina. Okay. And from what I know, there has not been any federal lawsuits started here in North Carolina. But that will change. I can promise you. I've talked with many immigration attorneys. They have been forming ad hoc committees, and we are going to be standing at the ready to go to federal court if we need to.
Still much to be seen and heard on this, right? So we also have you sent over some websites that if people do have more questions or concerns, some places they can go for some help online, or of course they can always contact you. And we're going to put this up right now. Well, thank you so much for being here this morning. I appreciate it very much, shedding a little bit of light on this for us. It's been a little bit confusing.
Yeah, Randy, thank you very much for having me. I'll be happy to come over whenever you need me.
All right, good. I appreciate that so much. All right, stay tuned. There's lots more Good Morning Carolina right after this.